Hi everyone, welcome back to HTML 101, and in this video I'm going to be talking about images. So we have a basic index.html file here and we have an image file right next to it, and what we want to do here is try to display this image into the web page here. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to use the image element. So the image element is the img element here. And the most important thing we have to do is the source attribute. So we need to actually reference that image file there. So we're using the source attribute src, and we give it the image. We're going to reference the image that we have right next to the file here. And then we have a closing tag here, and image element is a single tag element here. So we're actually done here. We can actually display the image here, and if we refresh this page here, as you can see, this image pops up. So it's a little bit huge here. So what we can do is we can resize the image. We can give two attributes, the width and the height. So I'm going to give this a width of 100, and I'm going to give a height of 150 here. So the image that we have is a portrait image, so the height has to be longer than the width. So when we refresh this page here, you can see, okay, we can see the whole image now here. Okay, now we've displayed the image here, we've resized it. There's one more attribute that you need to know that's kind of important, and it's recommended you always set this attribute for every image that you display, and that is the alt attribute. And basically what it is an alternative text. If for some reason the web page isn't able to load this image, you can at least provide a alternative text to the, so they know what image is supposed to be there. So I'm just gonna say big lake. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just not put this alt text first. I'm just going to change the name of the source so that we have a broken image link here, and then I'm going to set the alt text here. So alt equals a big lake, and now when we refresh the page, we can see the alternative text here. So now that we've seen a few of the basic attributes of the image file here, so I want to talk about the source file here. So just like the href attribute in the anchor tag, you can just have a direct link to file, the pathway. But if the image is in a folder, for example, you can actually reference the folder. Maybe the folder's name is images, and then to the file name here. So that is basically internally how do you reference your images. So what if you have images that you want to display from an external link? So for example, if you have a web page that reference an image server, how do you display that? So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to image link here, and I'm going to copy that image link, and I'm just going to replace that file name with the thing that I just copied here. And I'm going to just refresh the page. As you can see, the same images pops up, but instead of referencing that internal file that we have here, we're actually looking at the external link. So you can actually display images from other websites. You just have to put the link to the image here. So that is your image external image URL here. Okay, so there's one last thing I want to talk about before I end this video, and that is if you want to put a description of the image to the user, you can actually put a paragraph and say, maybe you can just put the description right here. So when the user actually looks at the page, okay, we have a paragraph right below that image, and we know what that image is about. But this isn't actually the optimal way to do it, because we have something called a figure element here. So what this figure element tells is basically a semantic element where it just tells it's a figure, and you're gonna wrap the description and the image in the you're going to just wrap these two elements here, and instead of the paragraph image or the paragraph element, we're going to use the fig caption. Okay, so if we refresh this, you can see there's a little bit of formatting here, so we know that that is a description of the image here. And not only that, it actually gives you a little bit of optimization when it comes to search engines. It gives the search engines more information about your web page, so it knows there's an image and a description of that image there. And also for accessibility, so for example, visually impaired users, they're going to be using a screen reader, and this is the way to actually tell the user what the description of the image that you are showing. So if you just use a paragraph, it's just going to read that paragraph, and there's not going to be an association with that image. So this is actually the best way if you want to put like extra information for the image that you're displaying here. Okay, so we've come to the end of this video, and if you enjoyed this video, please give a like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your notifications. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about your layout structures of your web page here. So I'll see you in the next video.